Happy day, beloved. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope that this video finds you well, whether you practice today or you practice on some random Thursday. I'm really excited to share this about 40-minute restorative yoga class with you. It's the first on my channel. I'm super excited to be here to share space with you, to help you build a practice, or if you're already in a yoga practice, to add different tools and different kinds of variations into your practice. This restorative class could use some props. Maybe you don't use them at all. That's completely fine. If you have some yoga blocks, 2 of them would be fantastic. If you had 2 big books or just regular blocks, those would be great to bring into practice. No need, no rush, no hurry if you don't have them. I use 2 bolsters for this class. You don't have to use bolsters. You can use pillows, and I show you in the class some of the options available to you. And of course, a blanket if you have it. If you have none of those things, you can still participate in this practice. From my heart to you, here is Restorative Love. Some of us will be with our legs out in front of us. Some of us will be in maybe a crisscross applesauce. Regardless, moving the fleshy parts of our bum out the way, and we're here and we're present. If you have a blanket, you can go ahead and open it up, and maybe you put it over your knees. Maybe decide to put it over your shoulders and wrap yourself in your blanket. Regardless, can you start to invite your breath into the moment? What would it be like for you to lower your gaze or perhaps close your eyes? As you're settling in, what would it be like for you to inhale so deep that your big toes feel it? And to exhale so wide that your front body meets your back body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Our last one together for just a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Some of us may place the right palm on our chest, just above the heart, and our left palm on our belly. And we feel what it feels like for our bodies to fill with love. This physical connection, feeling the rise and fall of our chest, allows us to appreciate all the care and intention it takes for your body to support you. In these moments, what could it feel like to turn inward? To release the hold of your shoulders, the scrunch of your forehead, the tightness of your jaw. For this practice, I don't invite you to escape the world. I invite you to confront it with loving kindness, with care and compassion. We're not avoiding or running away from the sounds in the air. You may hear Jimmy in the back whining because he wants to get close to our practice, and he very may well. I have the windows open so you may hear some of the life happening outside, but all of that is invitation to turn inwards. We're going to take a few breaths, unguided, it's all you. During this time, I'm going to turn up the music just a touch. This playlist is available, like all of my playlists, in the video description. But can you just take a few breaths in this place? Settling in, inviting in the stillness, preparing us for practice. I invite you to bring your palms together at heart center, allowing your thumbs to touch the middle part of your chest. And perhaps you set an intention for your practice. Because this is releasing on Valentine's Day, a day that we have commercialized to symbolize love, how can we use our practice, which is to say our life and our living, to exude the love we dare to receive? A love that is grace-filled and mercy abundant. A love that each day meets and greets us with a freshness that reminds us of our holiness, of our sacredness, of our worthiness. Bringing your intention to the center of your mind, to your heart space, holding it and not letting it go. As you start to bat open your eyes, maybe you decide to do some neck circles, slowly dropping the right ear over the right shoulder, dropping your chin to chest, left ear over the left shoulder, dropping your head back. And maybe you keep this rhythm for 5 breaths, moving slowly, compassionately, lovingly. Maybe you switch directions, and for another 5 breaths, this time you go the other way. Finding yourself in a neutral body, no movement. If you have a blanket, if you wrap yourself in a blanket, you can go ahead and move that out the way. We're going to come back to it in just a second. We're going to move our pillow and our bolster out of the way for just a second, just to get some movement in our body. Like I said, most of our practice will be in reclined postures, but we're going to get just a little bit of movement. Would you slowly meet me in all fours? In all fours, we want our shoulders stacked over the wrist, our hips over the knees, as much as we can feel it, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. What does it feel like? We want to be wide across the upper back, engaging our fingertips to take some of the pressure out of our wrists. And some of us just may make small body circles. We're staying connected to our breath, not working harder than we need to. If you went one direction, maybe go the other. Finding yourself in a neutral body, no movement. Crown pulling forward, heels pulling behind you, our front body's engaged, meeting the back body. On an inhale, clawing through our fingertips, gaze up towards the sky. Ooh, excuse me. Gaze up towards the sky. On an exhale, hollowing the front body, dropping our crown. Cat pose. Inhale, up to cow. Exhale, dropping the crown. Keeping this for about 3 more breaths. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Returning to the neutral body. We're going to bring our right palm directly underneath our gaze. On an inhale, taking the left fingers to trace the right arm slowly as you open up the left side body. On an exhale, taking the left arm, threading through the needle, coming down towards the left ear. Some of us will walk our right arm forward and we'll be up on our fingertips, or maybe it's palm flat to the earth. Some of us may have our top arm bound behind our back. All of us are staying connected to our breath as we're here for 5 of them. If the top arm is bound, bringing it back towards the earth. On an inhale, we all take the left fingers up towards the sky. On an exhale, the left palm replaces the right palm. Other side. As you inhale to lift the right fingers, tracing on the left arm. Exhale to thread the needle. This time, right ear down towards the earth. Same options as before. Arm extended in front of us or behind the back, bound. Wherever you notice holds and tension, how could you release? If that arm is bound, unbinding it. As you begin to transition, lifting the right fingers up towards the sky. And exhale, right palm to the earth. From here, we're gonna walk our knees behind us in railroad tracks. We're gonna walk our palms forward, melting our chest down towards the yoga mat, puppy pose. What would it be like for your pinkies to touch the outer edge of your yoga mat? You can create more space in between the knees if you need to. This is a great shoulder opener. A few more breaths. We're gonna stay longer than 5. On your next inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, slowly coming back up to the all fours. Okay, let's set ourselves up for our first restorative posture. If you have your blocks or your books, we're gonna go ahead and place one at the top level and one down like this, okay? If you have your pillows and that's what you're gonna use, you would set the pillow on top of this, okay? And you would lay back onto this. Some of us, if we have bolsters, that's what we're gonna use. Placing the bolster on top, okay? Setting yourselves up for success. Of course, nothing is gonna be perfect and it does not have to be, okay? In addition, if you have another bolster or pillow, feel free to bring it because you can put it underneath your knees. So I'm going to use my second one. I'm going to set this up for success here. Grab your blanket if you have it. And we're going to tuck ourselves in. And you're gonna let your body back onto your blocks. I suggest really tucking yourself in. Maybe you have your arms out to the side. We're gonna be here for some time. Tap into your breath, into the practice, into the moment. Just a note, if this does not feel comfortable or relaxing, feel free to remove the blocks and place your pillow or your bolster just on the ground. In this moment, bringing to our minds those people whose love sustains us and sets us free. The people whose love reminds us of our goodness, of our worth and our value. The love of spirit, the love of family, the love of friends, the love of pets. Feel free to stay here, changing nothing. Option 2, if you have a bolster or pillow underneath your knees, maybe you move it from under you. And maybe, just maybe, you bring the bottom of your feet together and your knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. If this hip opener feels too much, too intense, you can grab blocks or pillows, placing them under your knees to bring the earth up to you. And the option is that you place your palms right where your hip crevice is, and maybe you inhale and push away just a little. Be here for a few more breaths. Honestly, this could be your practice. You could stay right here for the rest of class. Remember that concept of inhaling so deep that your big toes feel it? Could you bring that back to this moment? Some of us, while we're in these postures, may feel an emotional body response, or you could have a multitude of responses. Invite them in. Make friends with what comes up. And then release. We're going to be here for about another 10 breaths. you wish to stay here longer, feel free. Otherwise, bringing some wiggles back to the fingers and to the toes. We're going to slowly move our blanket out the way. Place the blanket over to the side. You can move your bolster and blocks out the way. And we're coming down towards our back with our feet planted on the mat, knees high. From here, we're gonna inhale to hug our knees in towards our chest. Some of us will roll a little bit side to side because that feels good. Some of us won't. Allowing your back to melt into the earth. Option 1, you stay here. Option 2, you grab the insides of both of your feet, kicking the bottoms of your feet up towards the sky, pulling your knees in towards your armpits for happy baby. Again, maybe you rock left to right, maybe you don't. Maybe you stayed in knees to chest. A few more breaths here. We're going to grab the outside of our right foot and we're going to release the left foot down towards the earth. Feel free to hover that foot, the left foot off the earth, or maybe lower it down to the earth. We want to get our lower back flush to the mat, creating space in the left hip, kicking the right foot up towards the earth. On your next exhale, drop the right ankle on top of the left thigh for a figure 4. Feel free to stay here in this figure 4 with the left foot on the earth, or you can inhale to lift the left leg, bending the left knee. Maybe take the right arm in between this space that you've just created and you thread the needle, interlocking your hands behind the left thigh, pulling the left thigh closer towards your face, using your right elbow to push away the right thigh. You can keep your crown on the earth, or perhaps you lift up. Slowly releasing, returning back to the happy baby. From happy baby, we're dropping the right foot down towards the earth. Ooh, what's different on this side than the other side? One more. Inhale to prepare. On an exhale, the left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Some of us stay here. Some of us inhale and lift the right leg. And we'll thread the needle, interlocking behind the thigh, pulling towards our face, towards the knee. Some of us will lift our crown. And we're all releasing. Dropping our knees over to the left side. Slowly coming up as we transfer to our second to last posture, restorative posture for the night, for the practice. Transitions matter. No need to move super duper fast. Just no need. Okay. So we're gonna grab our bolster or a pillow and we're gonna make it horizontal on our mat. Okay. Some options. If you're using a pillow, you can double your pillow. Some folks even will double a bolster here. That's not something that I'm gonna do, but you're more than welcome to do it. Some of us will use a block or an actual pillow as a pillow to support us. So that may feel good. Some of us won't do that, but that's an option for you. But what you're gonna do is come towards your left side, left hip. You're gonna take your left arm and just fall over your bolster or your pillow, bringing your hip to the bolster's edge. This is where we are. Of course, feel free to invite in your blanket. I know I am. Like I said, you can also use a pillow. We want to make this as comfy and cozy as possible. I'm not going to use pillows, to be honest. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to pause the recording. But for the sake of the video, we're going to be on both sides for about 30 breaths, roughly 3 minutes. us would like to stay here, so we are. We'll pause the video and stay here. Some of us are going to transition slowly to the other side. And we're going to be here for another 30 breaths, or about 3 minutes. Make any adjustments you need. Again, could you take those deep, deep inhales and wide, wide exhales? Some of us would like to stay here, so we do. I'm going to transition to show us our last posture, and then you get to determine when you leave your mat. Slowly transition. We're actually not moving very far. We're going to move our pillows, pull the additional equipment out the way. Bringing our bolster, pillow vertical. We're going to bring our big toes together, falling back into the space where our feet are. The bolsters in between our legs. And taking our blankets and wrapping ourselves up, nestling ourselves. And when we're ready, melting onto our bolster. As I tell my students in the studio, the rest of class is yours. Stay here as long as you would like. But I hope you've enjoyed this restorative love practice. I'm going to stay here for a little bit. I hope you would stay with me. Otherwise, from my heart, from this place, with all my love, God bless you, God keep you. Namaste, Ashe, and Amen.